Alrighty, today we have a fun one for you guys. Today we're going to be looking at 5 mistakes that newer or all Dokkan players should avoid making in order to progress their account as quickly as possible, or just to get the most out of the resources that the game has. I think there are a couple things that a lot of people would be confused about within the start of the game, and I want to make sure that everybody is on the same page in terms of the things that they should be doing with their characters, the way they should be managing the dupes of units, the way they're feeding in resources, the way they can preserve things, and those are all going to be 5 things that we go over in today's video. So if you do find yourself enjoying today's video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you did learn something new, leave it in the comment section below. Now, before we get into the list, I need to give a quick member shout out to all of the new members that the channel has seen over the last 24 hours or so. We had recently 10 new members join the villain kind of crew, you know, all that fun stuff. We're going to give a quick shout out to everybody. We have Macker here, who joined yesterday. These were all gifted by Rao again, so thank you very much, Rao, for the extended support. We have Static, he joined yesterday. We have White Tea Steve. We have Anto, Wet Towelettes, Blitz, Wanix9, Joe Wow. I don't really know how to say that one, but shout out to you. We have Maurice Jerome. Maurice, we'll call you Maurice, and then Ashish Sony. So thank you everyone, all of you guys who have joined the channel membership, and if you want to join the family here with the members, you can join down below with the link in the description. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's list. Now, the first mistake that I think newer players need to keep in mind is the usage of Elder Kais and making sure that they do not get rid of them. So let's go ahead and put you with a practical example. So if we go to a character down here, I'm going to go to the bottom of the box just to find a good example, because obviously most of these characters are already finished up, right? So you can see I'm scrolling pretty quick, but we're still not to an area where it's like the units are done. Let's use like a base Goku, for example, right? Is this guy SA10? He's SA6, but you guys will get the idea. So if we go to our training button right here, that's Awaken, dummy, what are you doing? If we go to training, you can see here that there are going to be characters that you can use of the same name in order to increase the super attack. So rather than using items like Elder Kais, like you see right here, these are a precious resource. So you do not want to get rid of Elder Kais if you do not have to. So you can see right here, I have 140 of those. So having 140 means that I need to be careful with how I'm using them, because obviously 140 Elder Kais is not going to max out the super attack level in all of my characters. So what you need to do is try and find characters of the same name. So a base form Goku is a good example, because there are going to be a lot of events that drop free-to-play Gokus. Now, if you want to know where you can go, usually the Dokkan Wiki or Dokkan Wikia is a good source to go to the character, and it will tell you what kind of characters you can use to farm up the super attack level of specific characters. So in this case, a base Goku, any base Goku that is of a TUR status is going to give the, what is called a 50% super attack chance, and then the same exact character is going to give you 100%. So that is why when you do free-to-play characters, you need to make sure that you are farming up the duplicates in order to get the super attack level. So that's the first mistake. I think people sometimes will use the wrong version or waste Kais on units that are free-to-play, or characters where you can easily farm up some easy free-to-play farmable up characters, right? Like you could farm that same exact character from an event. And something else that you can keep in mind if you go over here for this first mistake, if you go over here, you can go down to the Incredible Gem shop and you will see you can farm up specific names of characters. Say you needed to do a base Vegito, say you needed to do a Super Saiyan 2 Goku, a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, a Fusion Android 13, Chaozu for some, I don't think there's any Chaozus, but Cooler, Bojack, the Grand Kai, or whoever the hell that is. Android 13, Krillin, Yamcha, 18, Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, all these different characters you can just get with Incredible Gems, and you aren't going to have to use Elder Kais. So preserving Elder Kais, or wasting Elder Kais, is the first mistake you guys should avoid. Let's go on to the second one, which is, again, a very simple one, but it is making sure you use your dupes properly. Now, the duplicate system in this game is very simple. If you pull a unit more than once, this is the way you're going to go in. You're going to feed them in using the hidden potential system. So you might, like, let's just say you pull 2 of a character and you're not ranked 50 yet, you don't have the hidden potential system unlocked. So if you pull multiple of a character, make sure that you do not feed them in as super attack. You go over here to the hidden potential system and you feed them in manually doing this, rather than going and using them for super attack levels. I'm saying this because I made this mistake on my first playthrough maybe 6 years ago, so I just want to make sure that, you know, I voiced that one really quickly. It's very simple. If you pull a duplicate for a summonable unit and you know you don't have them rainbowed, make sure you do not feed them in for super attack and you put them into the hidden potential system. That's mistake number 2. We can just go over that one really quick, but make sure you preserve your dupes, and that is going to be a very simple mistake that you can avoid. So let's go into the third one, which this one's going to be super simple, but this one is going to be a bit of a blanket statement, but what I'm going to say is use your stones wisely. Now, or not using your stones wisely. Let's just say, for an example, a player is starting, they're grinding their stones, they have as many as I have, which is not that many, 640 stones, and they see a banner, they see this Topo banner, and they're like, this is the shiny new toy in the game right now, I need to go all in and use all of my stones at once. Or the second they get 50 stones, they immediately run over to the summon tab and start spamming multi-summons. That is something that all players need to be careful with, because I think the key to longevity in this game is aside from just getting lucky on banners, is making sure that you don't run out of stones quickly and then you find yourself bored, you have nothing to do, and then that's ultimately going to lead to you quitting because you didn't get lucky and you're just going to forget the game, right? I feel like one of my purposes with doing this Dokkan YouTube stuff is making sure that players are not enjoying the game, but you know, informing the players as much as they can in order to stay with the game the longest. Therefore, this game is as healthy as it can be. And I feel like if you just immediately run into summoning and just wasting all your stones on whatever banner is there at the time, I don't think that is smart. Now, let me give you the not objectively right way, but in my opinion, the best way to spend your stones. The best way to spend your stones in this game is a banner with high value. And you will know based on the community or based on what the featured lineup is. So the anniversary banners are extremely high value. During the worldwide download celebration, those banners tend to have pretty high value. During celebrations like Golden Week that's coming up, there's high value. If there's buy 3 multis, get 1 free, that is good value for your stones. Making sure you're summoning on Dokkan Festival exclusive banners is going to be a smart play as well, and that way you're going to be able to make sure you're getting the most out of your stones. So the third mistake is just immediately getting 50 stones and then going to run to do a multi, regardless of what the banner is. I think that is something that a lot of players do because it's easy to fall into that trap, because it's like, okay, I want new stuff now, and I can completely understand how that could happen, but we want to make sure that we avoid that going forward. And that's going to kind of lead me into the fourth mistake that players make, and that is summoning on banners with bad value. And that is going to be the next example right here. So this video all kind of transitions together, right? And this is going to be an example of a bad value banner. Now, what is a way to tell if the banner is bad value? You can tell by the featured lineup. This one is very simple. This is what is known as a legendary summon for those of you who do not know. You can tell by the way that the coin is marked and also the kind of text format right here. This is obviously going to look different on the global version because it's going to be in English, but just know that basically says legendary summon. So these coins right here, these are like a specific pity coin for like, just know that if you see that on the banner, like this one right here, that's the mark of death. That just means that this banner is bad value. So let me show you what I mean by it being bad value. We have Captain Ginyu right here, who's a fine LR, but not worth summoning for. You have LR Brienne, who obviously most players are not going to be excited about. And then we have LR Bojack. LR Bojack featured on a banner in April of 2024. This is a sign that this banner is not good, and if this isn't a dead giveaway for you, I don't know what to tell you. But then when we go right here, this unit's okay, this unit's okay, they're pretty good, bad, 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 right? So 50 stones, and if you get a featured animation or a featured unit, there is a very, very, very high chance that this is going to be a bad unit. So just keep that in mind. The fourth mistake is going to be summoning on bad value banners just because it is an LR, right? Just because a character is an LR doesn't mean you need to have it. And that is something that we have to keep in mind going forward. So before we get into the last mistake for the video, if you have been enjoying today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. We are on the road to 2,000 and it starts with you. So thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get into the fifth mistake. Alright, so the last mistake is something pretty simple, and this one is honestly the easiest one of this whole video. I'm going to use a friend summon as an example because I don't want to waste any dragon stones right now. But this one is not preserving their characters or their new SSRs right as they pull them. So this one is very simple, and we're going to do a friend summon to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So we're going to do this multi-summon right here, and then whatever is quote-unquote of value, we will go ahead and lock, but it doesn't even matter what's on this because we'll just lock something anyway. So let's just say we're doing this multi, right? This is a Dokkan Festival exclusive banner or something, and we're getting a fusion animation right now. Let's just play off in La La Land, right? And with that, I guess we're getting an LR right here, but so this will actually be a really good example, but like let's just say this LR that we're getting right here is going to be right there 17 and 18. You're getting your new animation. That's going to be the unit that you wanted. Okay, so now that we have the unit, what we need to make sure we do, and this, like I said, this one is super simple. We want to hold down on the character right here, and where there's the lock icon, we just want to hit this lock icon. So now this means that we are not going to accidentally get rid of the character. We're not going to feed it into something. We're not actually accidentally going to Baba it. We're going to make sure that we guarantee that the character isn't going anywhere. And like I said, that one is super simple, and it is something that you might see like a screenshot of a multi, right, where like you'll see that they pull the units and then it looks something like this where it's like 3 characters are locked. That just means that the player is being careful and making sure that they are not missing out on any of their SSRs, that they have a value, and that is kind of how it would look. So just keep that in mind. I think that is something that players need to make sure they do, and it's a mistake. Like, not doing it just means that there's higher risk, right? So like, I'll show you what I mean for an example. So if we go right here and we wanted to like Baba a character for points, right? And then we filter it by like SR, right? So now that we have that character locked, we are not going to accidentally Baba the character. So now we can go ahead and select all these as is, and we'll be good to go, and we can Baba them up, and that character is going to be safe. We can't feed it in for super attack level or any of that fun stuff. So there we go. 5 mistakes that Dokkan players need to avoid in order to have prosperity on this game for as long as possible. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, all that fun stuff that I mentioned earlier. If you want to become a channel member below, again, shout out to all of the new members. We have 13 of them here now, and that is awesome. If you want to do that, go ahead and click the link in the description. But I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next one.